Good evening YouTube, how are we all today? As you probably guessed by the thumbnail, review of our budget hammock, which was kindly sent to me by Geartop. Oh, it's upside down there. Geartop. Never heard of the company before. They reached out to me just asking if I'd like to review a product, and asked them what product, and they sent me a hammock, which is pretty cool. Like I say, never heard of them before, so I was a bit dubious as to what I was going to get, but turns out it's actually not a bad product at all, really. For the price, I mean, it is a budget hammock, so compared to DD hammocks and stuff, it's usually like at least 50-60 quid. This comes in at 40, which is quite a bargain, really. I'll go through it with you and put a few little snips in of what I've used it for. I did take it out into the woods a few weeks ago just to try hanging it, just to make sure it took my weight, and just get used to using it, really, because I'm so used to my DD products that I wasn't sure what I was getting myself into. Anyway, so first impressions, it's pretty compact, quite nice and thin for a beginner's hammock. Slide down in the back of your pack and you wouldn't really notice that. If you compare it to my DD Frontline, you can see it's quite a bit smaller and flatter. And this also has the super light suspension system on it, whereas so that would be actually a little bit bulkier. I weighed them both, so with the lightweight suspension system it's 1.3 kilograms, and this comes in at 849 grams, which, like I say, for a beginner's hammock is pretty lightweight. So the first thing you come to obviously is the drawstring for the bag. So it comes in the carry case. The first things you come to, the tree huggers. So self-explanatory, tree huggers, loop one end, loop the other end in there, two of those, so they're pretty standard, but the quality of the webbing is pretty good. As you can see, it's got a triple line of stitching down there, cross stitching that way as well, so no doubt that it's up to the task of carrying weight. So the hammock can take the weight of somebody up to 200 kilograms. If you're 200 kilograms, you're safe. So then we get to the hammock itself and open it up, and it's like, if you've got kids, it's like those fold up tents that they have, all the pop up tents, so it can just spring out at you like that. So there's one, two ends. Okay, so as you can see, the nylon mesh is really clear. I mean, I slept out in it just in the garden on Sunday, just to see how I slept in it, really, and it was a clear night, so I took the tarp off and could see everything. Really nice clear sky, it's brilliant. So at each end it's threaded through the main body of it with some hard, good strength carabiners, which will obviously take the weight, because otherwise it'd be rubbish. So also in the pack it's included this tarp that covers the top of it. Now it does say on the website that it's for showers, but this isn't waterproof, so it's not going to keep you dry. It would be good as a sunblock, but if you're camping here in the UK, you're going to have a tarp 9 times out of 10 anyway, so you probably won't use this, but it's an attachment for if we have it in the garden and the kids want to go on it. It's an option. Okay, so the full length of it is 2.90 meters. So from one end to the other, 2.90 meters, and the width is 140 centimeters. Now, I was actually surprised how much space there was when I got in it. Plenty big enough for me. Might even be able to squeeze a dog in there. I'm not too sure, haven't tried it yet. It's very spacious. I managed to get a diagonal lay. Now, I had my Thermarest large mat in here because it doesn't have an attachment for an under blanket, but Geartop do actually sell quilts, like under quilts for it separately, so I'll leave the links in the description below for this hammock and the quilt that it comes compatible with. So yeah, with the Thermarest I wasn't cold. It wasn't a cold night as such, but you know that sometimes you can feel the draft on your back even when it's a summer's night, but plenty warm enough. So the zip goes from one, you put it out to the center and it goes all the way round, so that you can half detach the bug net and flip it over and just use it as a normal hammock without the bug protection. The stuff sack that I said about that's the carry bag for the actual hammock itself, and it's attached to the outside, so you've got storage there if you need to put anything in. So this is the only place for storage, which is one of the faults I've got about it. There are only two faults I've got. When you're all zipped in, it's on the outside. There aren't any internal pockets on the inside of the hammock, which is a little bit annoying, because if you've got stuff that you want to keep next to you, like your torch and your phone and stuff, you haven't got any options to put it in. And also on these, there's no attachments to hang a ridgeline either. So gear top, if you could maybe sort something out for that on your next hammocks, that'd be ideal, just coming from experience anyway. These bits are metal ridged, they do come out, they've got a little pocket there that you can unbuckle and just slide it out, I don't know if you can see that. So if you didn't want to carry it around with that, but putting it away, you just literally have to make a circle of that to fit the bag, and it all packs up quite nicely. The other little fault, okay, so there's three things that I would change if I was to modify this myself. One of them obviously being an internal pocket or a ridge line, something to attach a ridge line to, the pocket being on the inside, and also somehow to adjust the length of your tree huggers. I mean, depending on the size of your tree, you could wrap it round a couple of times, which I did do in the woods, just so I get the right lay. I reckon I had to do 4 long paces, so roughly about 4 meters, to get this to hang how I wanted it to. So other than the tree huggers, because they've only got the one loop on each end, you're sort of limited to where you can put it. If you've got trees that are too far apart or too close, you can't adjust that. So that may be another thing. I mean, I could make some tree huggers out of the webbing from my DD from the front line. So that is one other little thing that I would change about it. But other than that, for the price of it, it's a decent hammock. Like I say, slept well. Only slept in it once. I've hung out in it a few times, but slept really well. And if you know me, sleeping in hammocks is always hit and miss. So for me to say I've slept alright in it is a hit for me. There you have it, gear top hammock. Now, like I say, I will leave links in the description below. If you, I don't get any money or anything, by the way. I'm not paid. They did send me this for free to do a review, and I've done my review. But I don't get anything if you guys purchase anything from them. But check out their stuff, because they do little lightweight tents and stuff as well. So they're on Instagram, and their customer service is decent as well. So gear top. Anyway guys, I am out on Friday, not sure when I'm putting this up yet, but I'll be out on Friday night for a solo stealth camp. It's been a while since I've had a solo, so I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.